the woman stepped into the CEO's private elevator. The next second, the man walked over. He saw someone had taken his elevator, and he completely lost it. He snapped at his assistant. "Pull the security footage, now." The woman had no idea what was coming. When the female supervisor strutted over, she took one look at the woman's face, and jealousy exploded in her eyes. So she called the woman into her office and gave her the first task, deliver a file to the CEO. But what the woman didn't know, this was a trap, because the one thing the man hated most was people entering his office without permission. The woman walked in anyway, looking around the neat and spotless office. She couldn't help but compliment it. But then, a cold voice came from behind. She turned around in shock and tripped right into the man's arms. The moment she looked up, her face went pale. This man was the pervert from last night. Turns out, the night before, the woman was kidnapped by a group of men. Just as they were moving her, security showed up, so the kidnappers pretended nothing happened. The box she was stuffed in was accidentally picked up by a moving company, and it ended up at the man's house. The man opened the box, but before he could react, a high heel came flying and knocked him out cold. As balloons floated up, a woman stood up from the box. The CEO stared at her, confused, then calmly asked, "Who sent you?" The woman was stunned. She had no idea what was going on, and her memory was completely blank. But it didn't take long. She realized she had been kidnapped. The CEO sneered. He'd seen women try every trick to get close to him, but pretending to be kidnapped? That was a first. He ordered her to leave, but as he turned around, he slipped and fell straight toward her. He barely managed to grab the box. Both were relieved they didn't kiss, but just then, the box collapsed, and their lips landed right on each other. The woman froze, then pushed him away and slapped him across the face. Before the CEO could react, she ran out of the room. Later, the assistant found her resume in the box. Turns out, the woman had come for an interview. And not just any company, it was the CEO's company, but the assistant said she didn't get the job. Just then, the CEO saw her design portfolio and instantly changed his mind. "This is brilliant, hire her." He ordered his assistant to find out why she showed up at his house. Soon, the woman got a call. She got the job. And this led right to episode 1. The woman's first day at work, she stormed into the CEO's office. She was convinced he was a creep. The CEO turned to sit in his chair, but she grabbed his arm. She snapped. "That seat is for the CEO only." The CEO raised an eyebrow. "And what makes you think I'm not the CEO?" The woman laughed at the man and said if he was the CEO, that made her his mother. But right then, a group of employees marched in. They all greeted at once. "Good morning, CEO." The woman's smile froze. The louder she laughed, the harder she crumbled. Just then, the scheming manager from episode 1 stormed in. She yelled at the woman, accusing her of barging into the CEO's office, and threatened to fire her on the spot. The woman tried to defend herself, saying the manager told her to come in. But the manager cut her off, and urged the CEO to fire her immediately. The woman begged, swearing she knew she was wrong. Just then, the assistant walked in with a security video. The woman looked closer. It was the elevator footage from episode 1. The manager snatched the tablet, and smiled coldly. She sneered. "2 mistakes in 1 day? That's a career death sentence." The CEO glanced at the woman, eyes full of interest. Just then, another assistant walked in. Everyone held their breath. The man spoke softly. "This woman might be the one you're looking for." Turns out, years ago, when the CEO fell from a building, it was a woman who grabbed him and got injured fighting off the kidnappers. The CEO paused, then said coldly, "It's her first day. Let's give her one last chance." Everyone was stunned. Just like that, the woman kept her job, but from the look on the manager's face, she had just made a powerful new enemy.